that was one of the things in my bucket list to be an idiot in a car in a desert, you know, like especially Dominic Toretto's Charger, you know. Welcome to the Hard Up Garage, where we've got stories about cars. Yes, that's right, car stories. Okay guys, it's Sam from Hard Up Garage and we're with BJ. I mean, I met this lovely chap. Well, actually, we didn't meet each other straight away, but he was always 10 minutes behind me from Lincoln, Nebraska, right?
Most of the way, yeah.
When you turned up, where was it? It was at that little barbecue we went to, Baxter's, right?
I think so. You guys launched or left from Nebraska.
Yeah.
And on that first drive off morning, we ended up meeting you guys on the drive off.
Yeah, in the gas station. You caught up with us, didn't you?
Yep.
And then, you know, you had some technical difficulties. Well, what happened? I mean...
Well, I decided instead of using a year, we decided to build our car in 90 days.
We're going to get on just fine.
Just to have a lot more fun, just to kind of put a little bit more pressure to it. And didn't quite get it all the way done. But we finished it on the trip.
You know, you finished it on the trip. You drove the last segment into Vegas, right? You know?
Well, 2 segments.
Yeah. And the best thing about it was you held a couple of like cards close to your chest because, you know, when I saw it at I'm trying to think of his name. Bear with me, guys. Braxton's. When we were at Braxton's, you were having fueling issues and all this kind of stuff, and you're trying to get to the bottom of it, and it looks so sinister and cool in the dark, in the light, you know. And when you got all the way to Vegas, you know, I was like, it's so freaking cool. The fenders are stretched. Everything's so really cool on it. And then you turned up with it all pinstriped. I was like, whoa, where did you pull these cards out from, you know?
Oh yeah, we ended up when we rolled into Vegas, we went to Sin City Hydraulics.
Yeah.
And basically in the middle of like gangster territory,
wow.
My buddy Nando came out and we ground it, sanded it. We used an AutoZone to go get the sanding materials.
Yeah.
We had all the rust stuff from Max Ox, and then Tammy from Tamco had all the clear.
Wow.
So we had it all in the car, and we
hit it.
We had the plan when we got there, and it was like, what, 3 in the morning, I think, when we got it done.
Wow. The good thing about the SEMA Crunch, which unless you guys have ever built a car for SEMA, you'll never understand the pure stress and anxiety that comes with SEMA, right?
Oh, it's so much fun, though, if you get to push yourself, especially if you're comparing against guys that are doing it for a year. You know, and you back yourself off, because you had, what, 9 months, maybe 6?
Well, we built it in, how many weeks did we build? I think we built it in 7 weeks, didn't we, straight? So if you think February, March, April, May, June, July, so we built it in 7 weeks of pure work, so like 12-hour days start to finish. But if you take the months and, you know, like I kind of put my business on hold to build it. So people like, you know, other teams did it in their spare time. I just shut my business down for 7 weeks and built it, you know?
That's kind of what we did.
But on the same hand, this is about proving yourself, you know? And SEMA has always been associated with big names like Chip Foose, Dave Kindig, all these amazing builders. And they are amazing, I don't take anything away from that. But SEMA used to be about the product, yeah? And what better way to show off a product than delivering it via driving it to SEMA, you know? And I think the whole Radical Rod Build-Off Drive-Off was about that, you know?
Well, it was more about, I felt like it was more about like family getting together too, because it was about the products, but it was also so fun. Like during that week of driving, like we got to meet you and we got to meet all the other builders and got to see all the different flavors of different vehicles and hang out with the different people. And then when we rolled into SEMA, it was just like you get to see what the people love.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
The competition is good. I take that into consideration. I was one of the founders of the Radical Rod Drive Off back in 15. Yeah, so me, Brian, Patrick, and Jason Grolks were all drunk at SEMA, and I was talking to Steve Darnell, and I just said, hey guys, what about if we all do a build-off? And Brian and Jason were like, F it, let's do it. And we did it. And that was the first ever year that we did, and I built the Rolls-Royce Rat Rod for the first.
I saw that.
That was cool. I say I built, the guys in Mexico built, my team Michael designed it, and I got all the sponsors, you know. And that was the one thing that I got quite a lot of flack from. People saying, hey man, you know, you were the face of the build, but you didn't build shit. And I'm like, yeah, clearly I didn't build shit. I just was a part of the team.
Orchestrator though.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't
takes a lot.
have been able to afford to do it if we didn't have the free stuff that we got. I mean, WCH Race Engines out in Dallas, the guy that builds all Richard's engines for the Midas Monkey, that kind of stuff. He basically gave us the motor for free, and then we had like the audio from Arc Audio, J Audio gave us the head unit, all this kind of stuff. Like we had the leather was laser engraved in a little guy's garage called Bruce Holder design in England. So like it was different people from all around the world that contributed towards it, which was kind of cool. And the NASCharger was about me being like, actually I can build something off. Do you know what I mean? Because I was getting so much flack from people saying you can't build something, you can't build something. And it's about whether you do the drive off, you do the whole lot of the drive off, or you don't make any of the drive off, at least you're having a go. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that NASCharger, honestly, when it rolled up the first time, because I got to see the pictures of it before, it's just not even the sound of that thing. The fire out of that exhaust.
It's like 4-foot flame.
When we finally got on the cruise, we were so excited to get next to you every time because that fireball just coming out of it was just amazing. Because you turn those corners, wham!
I was just being a bit of a dick. I like made it super rich, so I like wound it right up, opened the carbs up, and every time you boom! It's like, and we're not talking like a 6-inch flame, guys. We're talking like 4-foot flames lighting up the interstate kind of flames.
At night, it was freaking epic. Or early in the morning, you'd see this giant fireball just shooting out of this old charger. And it just sounded so evil because it had that NASCAR sound. And
that's what it was about, though. Like, when I made and designed the exhaust, a lot of people were like, man, Pipes Exhaust sponsored me, right? And they sent me a kit. And he goes, Sam, what do you want in the kit? I was like, I just want like U-bends, angles, 90s, 180s. I want every different angle you've got. Send me some mufflers, send me some tips. And he's like, no worries. So he sent everything down to me. And I was like, cut that up, cut that up, cut that up. And so like the boom tube on a NASCAR comes down, they join up, and then they go across to come out. And I loved that pure raw of the boom tube. I thought that was such an iconic noise and the look. And I was like, do you know what? Everyone uses these electric turnouts to make your car louder. Well, I'm going to put the electric turnouts in the boom tube and then direct the fumes through a muffler and then back in, so you get like a refined V8 rumble. And people couldn't believe that I'd done that. And that's what it's about. It's about throwing the rule book out the window.
Oh, exactly. That's the best part about it, is just doing what you think is cool.
I caught a couple of people looking around your car because you were right next to the Velocity TV booth. Because my buddy Shag, he gave me a load of t-shirts, so I'm just representing. Thanks, buddy. He told me, like, you got to see this badass rat roll over near the T Discovery bit. So I go over and I was like, man, I drove with this guy. Yes, I know it's badass. He drove here. And we're looking around it, and I was just flabbergasted by how good the pinstriping and the clear coat just finalized it, finessed it, and made it special. Like, it was special and cool as hell before, but it made it a SEMA car.
I don't know if you knew this. Do you know we were doing the interior on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night at SEMA?
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, we did light up interior inside.
I didn't even go inside that thing. I tried to, and every time I come to see you, because you were working on it late into the night, me and Braxton went off for a crazy drive in his truck, which is the scariest thing I've ever been in my life.
Oh, Braxton's nuts.
And I was drunk, so that didn't help. And it was mental. And we come in to see if you needed help, and you're like, no, we're good, man. Thanks anyway. And we left you to it. But
we didn't even have the interior in there at Braxton's shop.
Wow.
That was actually being carried down from Minnesota. Or actually, I think it was Wisconsin, one of the two. But we were putting it in at SEMA. We were stapling. They were setting up the Discovery Channel booth on Monday night, and we're sitting there stapling panels together and wiring it all.
For me, the main issue I had as an Englishman, even now, I'm sat here, it's probably like 15 degrees outside, it's probably not that bad, and I feel the cold so bad, So as an English wimp, should we say, or a snowflake as you Americans call us, right? I'm sat in, so you heard of Dynamat, right?
Yeah.
So Dynamat, the legend that owns and has developed Dynamat, hooked me up big time, right? And I was like, look, what flooring do you have? And he goes, well, we do this stuff called Dynadeck. I'm like, cool, send me that. Like, it's expensive, right? I'm like, just send it over. You hooked me up. And it wasn't till we were in Vegas, and the guy goes, you do know the idea of that Dynadeck is to keep the heat from the exhaust out of your car, right? I'm like, because for me, it was like minus 13 degrees in Lincoln, Nebraska. We had like 4 inches of snow. I had no wipers and no heater, and my windows were limo black, so I couldn't see anything out of it. And I was driving down the road, and in the end I had to go to Walmart, and I bought a sleeping bag, cut some feet holes out the bottom, and put my arms out of it because I was so cold.
We watched that. We were sitting there laughing, watching you get in the car the one time. We were like, what is he doing? Oh my goodness, he's in a sleep.
It's science,
I
man.
think it was when you were taking Kenny's daughter.
Oh yeah.
For a cruise.
Oh, she was so cold. It was because she had these like tiny little shorts on. Her little legs were there, and she's like, I'm like, you're right. She's like, yeah. And I'm like, you having a good time? She's like, yep. She got out. And she's like, she didn't swear actually. She's a very good girl, but she was very polite with the saying thank you. Like, got out of the car, it was freezing, and I was like, how the hell do you wear that like little tiny pair of trousers or whatever she had on? Like, she was freezing. I had like 2 layers of thermal socks on. I'm wearing thermals now because I'm such a wimp, you know. And she was like, yeah, it's cool. She had her belly button out, didn't she? She had like a little crop top. I was like, oh my god, how is she dealing with it?
You know? It looked cute, but it wasn't warm.
Oh, it's ridiculous. My wife's like, who's the girl riding shotgun in the NASCHarger? I was like, that's one of the like the priest's daughter. I was like, you're good.
on the one morning we were sitting there scraping windows before we could go cruise.
On the inside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cruising down the road and your breath would get on the windshield. And you're sitting there driving down the road in gloves and scraping the windshield just so you can go down the highway.
What was the scariest thing for you?
Honestly, was when on the SEMA cruise after SEMA.
Yeah.
And the tie rod fell off.
Didn't you have like the kids in there, but not the kids, but a couple of the ride along people with you as well?
Well, that wasn't on the SEMA cruise.
At the
that
SEMA.
was on the highway.
What happened with that?
We actually were going down the road, and the roads in Arizona were so crazy.
They were horrendous. Because
it was rocking our car.
Lloyd and Linda were like, nah, we're going to leave the gasser in the trailer because the roads are I was like, they can't be that bad. I'm going to run bang, 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 bang. It was absolutely horrendous.
My back tires are wider, so it put me on the outside of the curves in the road.
Yeah. But
and
your
my
front
tires stayed in. So when
you're right in the ridges, pretty much.
The back end would bounce in and out of the ridges.
Oh my god.
So every once in a while, when you hit a bump, the whole front end of the car would be pointing a whole nother direction.
Oh my god.
It got to the point where I was like, no, I'm done.
I'm good. For us, one of the scariest parts for me was letting my dad have a go in the desert. You guys didn't come down to the desert, did you?
No.
We took it down to the desert, and as a young man in England, you can't do a handbrake turn in the street without getting your ass chewed or an 80-pound fine, you know? So we got to the dry lake bed just outside of Vegas, and I am just being a dick. Honestly, doing donuts, everything like having, and I got no air cleaner on, so I'm like worrying a little bit, and I thought, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, and I'm going for it, and then I pull over, and everyone's looking at me, and I turn around to my dad. I said, Dad, do you want to go? Because I promised him a go.
Derek is driving the NASCharger.
Hello, I'm Johnny Dave.
I kind of want to make the drive off mine. I want to do from point A to point B and do the drive off, and I said, Dad, drive nicely, don't drive like an idiot because we got SEMA tomorrow, you know? And he jumps in it and he's like, wah, doing donuts, and all the rest of the teams are behind me crying in laughter. So I'm having a baby, like, oh my God, oh my God.
Still waters run deep with you.
What?
Still waters run deep.
Fun.
And then he pulls over, and I think he's broke down because he's in the far distance. And then Karl Baumann, my producer, jumps in and also bees a dick and spins it out and drives it like an idiot.
Are you ready, Mr. Baumann? You may proceed.
I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Right, here we go. Whoa, feel the power! bank left. You ready?
Okay.
Here we go. Whoa! Oh, fishtail! Fishtail! Oh, that was good. Right, hold on. If I don't stop now, I'll have nothing else to live for. So I'm stopping.
Get the out.
But you know what? Those guys came from point A to point B. They were there for the ride. They needed to have fun, and that was one of the things in my bucket list, to be an idiot in a car in a desert. You know, like especially Dominic Toretto's Charger. You know. Please go to our channel homepage and click on the playlist to watch more Hard Up Garage videos. If you like what we're doing, click on that subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and you can also help us by leaving a comment and click the like button. Please share this episode on social media with your friends and family. But while you're there, why not follow us at Hard Up Garage on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. If you follow us on social media, you'll see when we've got brand new videos for you lovely people. And don't forget to visit HardUpGarage.com, where you can get some background on what we do and buy some of our much loved merchandise. Goodbye from Sam from Hard Up Garage, and thank you for listening to my lovely car stories about cars.